think 40 more pounds won't be such a tight squeeze.
99. 99.5.
99.9.
Let's just start making random numbers. I don't even know what that fucking tag out there says. 5/19, Wednesday, May 29th. I heard you telling a story. You should tell a story.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty good story.
I missed a lot of it.
The Iraqi story?
They're all Iraqi stories.
They're all Iraqi stories?
When you were in the NAM?
When I was in the NAM, we had this.
I thought you were gonna say that kid got fucked up.
No, he got
That's a
really lucky.
Yeah, he should play the lotto.
So they had we come across this we had a combat patrol going out. And they were going to some stupid village to. I don't know what they were doing.
Do this when you're on combat patrol?
No, man, you don't do anything.
Are you even carrying your gun? Like you have it slung on your back?
No, you are carrying it.
Yeah.
You're carrying it. So this kid's walking across this culvert, and they have a IED in there, and it's 7 120 millimeter artillery shells.
What's that look like?
It's about that tall.
One shell?
Yeah, one shell, about that tall, about that big around.
Holy fuck! And there's 7 of them.
7 of them, and so.
I think it was this hole.
So he's walking across the culvert. The dudes see the patrol. He's like, I think he's midway into the patrol. So they hit their they like to use cordless telephones. So they call their little receiver, detonates, but only one of them go off. The string doesn't go off. One of them goes off, and it's the one that's buried the deepest in the culvert. So it's buried deep enough.
Are they deep? Are they sideways, or are they just like digging a hole fucking?
No, they're just pushing him in the berms and shit like that. It's deep enough to where it does not do anything to him, but he goes flying in the air and shit and fucking hits the ground and then jumps up and he's like, oh shit. And everybody's freaking out, right? Because this thing went off. Well, we had some Iraqi army guys with us and an Iraqi army sergeant major. And the Iraqi army guys, they love to take their stocks off their AKs and shit. And we're all standing there, and like a cartoon, you can see the 2 Iraqis with the fucking 1970s cordless phone with the antenna all the way up, holding it out like this. They're looking at us, we're looking at them. The Iraqi army guys immediately fire. Now, they're holding their rifles like this. So they immediately fire like 4 rounds. Boom, 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 in the ground. And take off running towards these guys. We're all kind of standing there like, all right, what the fuck? But they run after him.
Did you know that fucking Bobby wasn't blowed up?
Yeah, we knew Bobby wasn't blowed up. That's really what we were doing at that point, was making sure that kid was okay. And so they go running after him. Well, as soon as the 2 Iraqi guys take off, the Iraqi sergeant major has a horizontal Bianchi shoulder holster.
Like a U.S. service issue?
No, like right out of the Bianchi catalog. Right. Nice and brown, ready to go. And he fucking pulls out, he's got a P85. He pulls it out and immediately shoots 2 rounds in the air. Boom, boom! It takes off running. Like,
what the fuck? Yeah. Is that their training?
Boom, boom.
Fire 2 rounds and then pursue?
Yeah, I think so. There's some sort of I think that's like a pursuit cult. Like, he's just like in pursuit.
I've never seen that unless it's Florida, Miami-Dade. Like, that's Miami-Dade's procedure. Like, I'm pretty sure our boy over there on Miami Vice, he tries to fire 2 rounds every day.
Boom, boom! Fires these off in the rounds and takes off chasing them and shit. And we don't catch these guys, and it all peters out and shit. And we're all in a tactical column heading back to the base. And there's an engineer, so it's me, an engineer, and this Iraqi sergeant major was right in front of the engineer. And we're walking, and the engineer's like, man, that's the craziest shit I've seen since I've been here.
Iraqi said this?
No, he was a Marine engineer. He goes, that's the craziest shit I've seen since we've been here. And I'm like, crazy? Crazy is the fact that Iraqi sergeant major's right in front of you, and he's got that P85 and that horizontal holster with the safety off and the hammer cocked. And he's like, you're full of shit. He's like, oh man, and you immediately see him. He's like, walking. And I'm like, man, just wait for the next contact. Those 2 rounds in pursuit are gonna go right from the holster. Boom, boom, in pursuit.
The question was, what was the 2 like? Is it like calling for recon?
I don't
calling
know.
for help?
It's warning shots.
I think it's
warning shots.
I think it's I'm in pursuit. That's what I think.
That's like
it
their
is.
flashbang.
I think it's we're in pursuit. Boom, boom, boom. They take off running. It was funny as shit.
Did they put some effort into it?
Yeah, the 2. I mean,
They're running to get those
dudes. The 2 Iraqi guys, we're running to get the dudes. Like
but they had no stocks. They had pistol grip AKs.
Well, no, they had real AKs.
Yes.
But there is this cultural thing in Iraq where as soon as you hand them a fully stocked AK, they get a screwdriver and take the stock off.
That's what I'm saying. So they have pistol grips.
Yeah, that's just it. Pistol grips.
Pistol grip pump on my lap at all times.
Yeah, so it's
fucking weird.
It is. They really were trying.
Do you know the kid that got launched in the air?
I don't know him. I mean,
fuck! I would love to hear what he's doing today. That's crazy.
Yeah, he went flying. It's pretty funny. I mean, it wasn't funny, but
the $1 million question is: do you think all those shots performed by the Iraqis were purposeful?
Purposeful?
Do you think they were just NDs?
Well, that's a big possibility too. That's a big possibility.
Wham wham! You know, because I've seen revolvers double tap.
That's a big possibility that they may have just been squeezing them off because their finger's always on the trigger. They don't.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
How's your day today?
Today was good.
What stands out?
Today?
Yeah.
Man, that sauce, that chef.
The sauce, really?
So fucking like I can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah,
There's not many times.
You know, it'd make it really even better.
Garlic bread.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't. Fuck. Yeah, I wouldn't. That's you beat me. I was gonna say fucking pasta.
So the last 2-3 days, I've been like making I'm not going in there and eating when I'm not supposed. You know what I mean? Like everybody's eating. Like this is the only time where I'm like, fuck. Like I want to go back in there and eat more of it.
You can go eat more of that.
Yeah.
Like everything. That whole meal was keto.
Right.
You can eat as much of that shit as you want.
Fucking but
I'm gonna eat the cherry pie.
On some real shit. We had a little talk after the gym, and it kind of like me and you, and
what'd I say?
You said some shit I needed to hear. We'll leave it at that, and then that kind of sunk in, and then I kind of stopped listening to music and some crazy shit, and I was like just looking up different YouTube stuff. It's a lot of Tony Robbins and stuff like that. Just to.
That's good shit.
Yeah, he had. I listened.
Did I send you some videos?
You sent me one about
Rock?
the Pena and the one with the Rock. Those were good.
The Rock one's fucking.
The
really
Pena one with the lion.
There's so many compilations of the Rock, but anytime you actually hear him fucking speak,
very well spoken.
What?
No, I saw a video of him the other night. He's in his gym.
Yeah,
and he's in his gym and he's got 200-pound stainless steel chains draped around his fucking neck.
Yeah.
I'm like, man,
so that gym,
those fucking
he
chains.
has 2 of them.
You know, they travel with him.
One of them is permanent. The other one costs about $40,000 or $50,000 to ship around everywhere, and it's staged exactly the same.
It's 2 semi-trucks.
Yeah.
He comes in and puts up a fucking circus tent.
Yep.
He's like, hurricanes outside in Florida tonight.
Yeah.
Still gotta go to the gym.
He's
in there at fucking 4 o'clock.
That's
the other dude's
around the world, wherever he goes.
That's fuck
that
you
gym
money.
goes with him. That
is fuck
you money.
Yeah, that's fuck you money. When
you're
you're like,
there's our definition.
Yeah.
When you can bring whatever the fuck you want to bring, wherever the fuck you want to bring it.
When
are you working on your oddness? What are you
yeah, I'm just making sure that
you got to inflict pain.
Yeah.
Are you making puzzles with no pictures on them?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Have you seen Mile 22?
No.
Marky Mark?
So.
You'll enjoy it. It's fucking.
Yeah.
That actually.
Is that
really
the one
movie.
where they're like ghosts kind of going in?
It's a. Shut some of the gun stuff off and just watch it, and it's good. Like you have to
shut the gun stuff
Yeah, with
off.
movies you have to. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, Mile 22 was pretty good.
What stood out for you today?
We did a lot of. We did a lot of Strider stuff.
Ton of Strider stuff.
We did a lot of Strider
Every time I roll in there, Jeff's like, or Josh like, you bring any Strider stuff? I'm like, this. He goes, why didn't you bring any more stuff? So we brought some shit, and this show will be like, hey, bro,
wait a minute,
what are you doing? That's not the right logo anymore.
Hey, we're gonna need a little love. That's what I'm waiting for that. We're gonna need a little love on that.
Give them whatever they want. Give them whatever they want.
On a side note, is it the right logo?
No, it's the old logo. It's the retired logo.
Oh shit! Did they re-logo?
Yeah, it's MSC now. Mike Strider Custom. Everything's at Mike Strider.
No, they still have.
I've heard whatever that logo we have. That's the old logo.
Oh well.
And there's a lot of it out there right now. Tad came in, stopped by for a minute. He's super excited about something he's got going on. He's being interviewed. Well, today it's already happened now. Fox News interviewed him for an hour.
Today?
Phone interview.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I think there's a show coming out.
It's only a matter of time before Walmart's have him killed.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because
Tad
he's
Mark.
starting Tad Mark.
Yeah, Tad Mark.
Like he said that and didn't skip a beat. Like I 100% believe he believes that. Like,
Well, I mean, the thought and the idea behind what he was saying,
yeah,
it's so doable because Walmart has
closed all those fucking,
left all those
they're sitting
buildings.
empty. So they're
And
pretty
it doesn't
much
matter
almost
where.
paying you to take them. Yeah.
It doesn't matter where. Like, there's
To
a Walmart in a
reoccupy
small
empty
city. Yeah.
buildings. Yeah. So we just turned the camera on and let Tad go. We asked questions we wanted answers to, and it wasn't some. I mean, some of it applies to hemp, but it's really about food production, aquaponics, hydroponics, alternative methods of just food production. And Tad had a lot of good shit to say. We're going to load it up as 2 YouTube videos. We're going to put the audio up as just a solid podcast. You can listen to it or you cannot listen to it. It's over an hour long. Solid information. Some of you will love it and some of you won't have an interest in it. That's okay. We're about to put our aquaponic stuff in right on the end of the kitchen here. We're going to put 3 IBC totes in right away. And just we can scale them. We can just plumb them in series or run separate units. But we have room right there to put at least... Fuck, you could put 20 IBC totes out there.
My only thought about that and where we're putting them is the temperature regulation.
Yes.
That's the only thing I keep like.
We're gonna shade. They're gonna be shaded. So as soon as they're gonna catch 12 o'clock sun, and then at 12:30 the sun's over here, and then in the morning we're just gonna drop 4x4s in the ground right there, and just put 2x6s or 1x6 paneling, whatever. It's just gonna be shade. The same problem we have
But temperature, I'm saying.
Not concerned with it.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be super regular.
It's going to be ambient temperature.
Okay.
I mean, your water might go 100, the air temperature go 105. Yeah. That's as much as we get because it's not catching direct sunlight. The water's going to be cooler than the air is.
Okay.
And we're going to circulate it. We'll run it, and if we really have to, we'll run it through a chiller. But I don't think we'll have to. Tad will know the answers to all that. And really, what's dependent on that, the plants will be okay. The fish is going to be the issue. Like that's why, you can't do trout in there. Because trout has to be colder water.
Yeah.
But we could pop it off. We could put channel cats in there. We could use just local. You could use fucking bass, brim, bluegill, whatever. We're not doing it for the meat production of the fish. We're doing it for the plants. We're literally doing it because we want some fucking good lettuce. So I mean, we'll just we'll pop it off with goldfish and see what happens with them. Koi, carp, whatever. Piranhas.
Be awesome.
Pacus.
Would you holster a piranha?
I think you should get a rubber chicken.
Like,
do you want me to make you a shoulder rig? I mean, that was pretty neat.
Yeah, but that was.
But I could do one in Marpat.
Yeah, of course I want one in Marpat.
It doesn't matter.
Be left-handed though.
So you're going to be more like an officer nowadays.
No, like a 1970s crime fighter with
Or an officer.
futuristic
So you're going to
Marpat
start smoking
shoulder
cigarettes?
holster.
Or pipes.
No, not a pipe. He's not.
It has to be like Camels. It has to be
no
Camels,
filters.
no filters. Yeah, you'd have. That's
Why don't
what
we
you have
grow
to
some
smoke.
tobacco for you?
That's taking it a little far back.
Actually, that'd probably be fucking ATF involved.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a federal crime.
There is a federal crime there.
What?
Maybe.
You're gonna produce your own tobacco? We got a lot of orange tool pods.
Fuck, did we ship a bunch?
Yeah, but
Ship
we're
a
gonna,
bunch. We got a fucking ton sitting out there right now.
Yeah, but I haven't done any of the papers.
Oh,
There's a ton of papers on those.
I told them yesterday we were making some.
Ton of
They
papers
like
on
those.
them. Yeah, they're fucking awesome.
We made them. You just can't buy them.
I need to buy one of every safe. There's no. It's like fucking suppressors, right? There's no industry standard to the size.
No.
There's not like a small, medium, and a large safe.
Nope.
So I've got all the safes, but they're all the same exact safe. I want to do like door kits. I'm trying to figure out how to do like a modular door kit. I really don't know why people would buy our door kits anyways when they have Galotech you could get, but we're just gonna do different size patch panels that you bolt onto the fucking door, and then you can put all the fucking mesh pockets and Velcro back shit on there. Because the dudes have so much of that shit already. When they're not loaded in bags, they can put it on their safe doors and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like my safe doors have pockets. Like you open my safe and it's a jewelry store, it's a fucking computer store, and it's a fucking shitload of knives.
Yeah.
So, but it's just space like fucked up. Like the bullshit. You're like, who the fuck laid this fucking safe door out? Like, what were they thinking? They're like, give them a small one, give them a big one, and they got the shittiest fucking stuff.
They don't
there.
think about that.
So my safe door's got a bunch of holsters built into it.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Oh man, if you've got
Revolvers, it's awesome.
So a few of the revolvers are in there, but if you put a holster, like a full-size gun, in one of the holsters and try and close the door, it hits the shelf and then the safe doesn't close.
That's fucking awesome.
And it took me about an hour to find out because I had like done a bunch. I was out in the garage for a while.
Super excited.
Right? And I was like closing the door, dunk, and I was like, what the fuck? So I
just
opened
wish
it.
I could be there. I wish I could be there with a hidden camera every time Pierre gets that. He like the wind comes out of his sails. He's like.
And I couldn't figure it out. And I was moving shit around and...
So if we just had those where you could just Velcro them in, you could put them wherever you wanted.
It's still, you'd have to be conscious of where your shelves are.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
But your shelves are adjustable, so they can change.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea. I mean, it looks like it's just, like you said, really you could self-tap it into the fucking...
Yeah.
I'm getting some safes made that we can just, when we go out of town, we can just put the razors in them in the car so we can...
That's a big safe.
Well, I mean, that way if a
Are we doing bacteria? Are you splurging for the bacteria palm reading, or are you just gonna be
a
peasant?
Eye scan.
A peasant with a thumbprint.
That way, if like an earthquake happens while we're out of town, the cars aren't smashed.
Oh, of course.
All those fucking countermeasures. Why don't they just build a building?
You know what you should do? You should call them. Yeah, right. Building that doesn't fall down. I was gonna say you should call them and have them put like a vent system in there, so you could run the cars so the cars could be comfortable while the tornado's happening.
I like it. So we can app.
Yeah. You can.
Doesn't Mercedes have an app?
Oh yeah. Boop, and it starts it, and then it's like, oh, tornado's happening. You know, cars are like dogs; they get scared, and then you just instead of having to hug them or put the thunder thing on there, yeah, you just
what's the thunder
start
thing?
It on a dog. You never seen the thunder vest or whatever?
You've never even owned a dog.
That's true, but I'm speaking about the terminology is wrong, but it's like that weighted vest they put on dogs.
I think it's right, actually.
Thunder vest
puts pressure on them, so they.
Is that like the weighted
scared?
Comforters? People like, oh, you don't sleep good, you need a weighted comforter. That's the last fucking thing I want is something heavy on top of me.
The bedding at the place I'm staying at, Rex and Rex, I grabbed a blanket, and I was like, this is gonna be horrific because it was like really thin, but it's like wool, so it's like I'm really enjoying it because it's like keeping me warm enough, but I barely feel it. So I'm waking up at night like, am I covered? Because we have a year-round blanket that we just use. We don't really have a winter.
Right, because you're like a modern human being and have heat and air in your house.
I've had friends that go over their house, like we'd have like a party and be like, oh, just crash here so you don't drive home. Their heat would be set to like 58 or 60, and it'd be like wintertime. I'm like, what the oh, we got blankets and wool sheets. Also, you have a job and you're grown. Set the heat to fucking 70.
You have lights in your house.
Yeah, like I go like this if I'm hot at night.
Jeff bought a really... Gino's like, you cannot put a fucking air conditioner. So Jeff's like, okay, we'll just get a refrigerator. And then you just get the doors open.
That's all you got to do.
Do you have...
whatever you do, don't eat the ice on top.
Not linen...
Don't eat the ice on top.
Are they wool sheets or not wool sheets?
Do you remember...
Like the... Yeah, wool, I believe. Sometimes they make...
Brushed wool, flannel.
Flannel
sheets.
Flannel sheets.
That's the way you got to do it.
Really?
Yeah, I love them.
Really?
Love them.
I'm like fearful that I'm going to get itchy. Like I'm real...
You're such a fucking pussy.
Why?
Why are you...
How is that a pussy? Like everything you've said to me today, I haven't argued once. Okay? How is the flannel
Did you ever think any of it was wrong?
What? No, but this is I'm having a discussion.
I don't even remember what I said to you.
But why is the flannel? Why is the flannel itchy? I would think that you would be like the wool is itchy. You love the wool, but the flannel is itchy.
I just come home one day and those sheets are on my bed. I don't even know how they get on my bed, and I'm like, wow, these sheets are really, really soft.
Okay, all right then.
Never do I think, fucking these are itchy. Like, you know what you should get? You totally dig it. You should get burlap sheets. I'll make some for you.
I was spoiled. My mom worked for Macy's, and she would get stuff like super
Macy's
discounted.
Sells really expensive flannel sheets.
Yeah, we used to get. I mean, everything 800, 900, 1,000 count Egyptian cotton. Like, but she'd get it like super cheap, like $20 when the one sheet was.
How old were you the first time you washed a load of clothes? I'll bet you still don't.
Young. I got laundry to do today, so that's getting. As soon as this gets over, that was getting proved wrong.
Where do you do laundry at?
About
back here,
30 foot down.
Yeah, right now.
Oh, Rex and Rex doesn't have a...
Come on, give me credit, bro. That's 120 feet.
Well, okay.
Rex and Rex doesn't have a
laundry in there?
Laundry?
No.
Huh.
How do you not know?
They don't. They don't. No, I'm just making sure I walk through the whole thing. They don't. Yeah. They might have. There's a closet that's got a keypad on it. No.
We should go downstairs.
There has to be, because
they do the sheets, but that's what I'm saying. There's probably a closet where they have it just for their own
it's
sheets
just there
and
for the
stuff
sheets
like
and
that.
shit.
Yeah, you don't want to go out to the laundromat, be mixing with the mingles with the.
That's not what I hear.
Well,
I heard on a podcast not too long ago that the best place to hook up in Camden, Tennessee, is the laundromat.
That's true.
That's what I heard.
But for Camden,
but
here in Camden, the best place.
But it's always the same girl. You can hook up every time you go to a laundromat, no matter which of the 3 laundromats you go to.
but
it's always the same
It's always
chick.
the same girl.
What's it cost?
Nothing. You get married.
Does she do? I wonder if she uses.
So it's $100.
Yeah, she'll be.
That's $100.
It costs you
$100,
18 years of
please.
child support.
No, I'm saying we have to look the marriage license up. It's $100 for the license for the license, and it's $40 if you get the premarital
class.
Yeah, the premarital therapy or whatever. And just like, you want to do it? I was like, yeah, but how much is the class? Because if the class is $100, it's not really changing anything. I mean, cheaper just to get the license.
We've already been fucking for 18 years.
Yeah, right. Like, what's the big deal? What's the big deal?
You should go in and just ask totally inappropriate shit. Like, is it?
Am I allowed to have butt sex with her?
Yeah, is anal now?
Is
Okay.
okay? She's still a virgin.
Yeah.
It's just in the butt.
Yeah. If I fuck her sister without her knowing, is the marriage null and void?
Or does it matter because it's the same DNA?
If they're twins.
Doesn't she have a twin sister?
No.
Her sister is not ugly.
No, she's not.
Yeah.
And she's very fit. Like her sister's husband rides like 100 mile. Like he's put pictures up of like 150 miles in a day on a bike.
Bicycle?
Yeah, bicycle.
Not
like
impressed.
a bicycle.
Whatever. Is he in a gang or not?
A bike gang.
Yeah, he's in a bike gang.
Yeah, he's sponsored by Jelly Beans.
Dude's he's got like a $10,000 setup to ride bikes in his basement.
Cool. I really want
the big screen
Yeah,
and
I want
stuff.
that.
Yeah. Just because
Yeah.
he was getting like super. He broke his collarbone recently. So
I
he's
really
trying to get
want
out of
that. You just can't hang enough clothes on it to drive. Every time I see that commercial, something pops up on YouTube, man. If it's some interactive fucking treadmill or something, I'm watching every fucking second of it.
Yeah.
It's like going to France and running by the Eiffel Tower.
I bet you we could do one of these without any questions one time.
We just did. You just fucking ate up an hour right now.
At least 30 minutes.
Chinese proverb: when the pupil is ready, the teacher will appear. Good to see green pants again. Sorry, no IG for me, but good luck to the others. # green pants. Chef is one funny motherfucker. Chef really is. I think it's definitely when you see the real chef when he forgets that camera's going. If you bring him in here, it's different. Mm-hmm. But when he doesn't know the camera's going, holy shit!
He'll say some shit and make you think like, wait, what'd you just say?
Yeah, he gets
he's
pretty
very
deep
witty
on some shit.
He's very witty.
He'll fucking tell you. He'll tell you, fuck off, and you won't even know he told you to fuck off. Chinese proverb. I like how John picks up the pages and comments. Then Pierre starts talking, and John puts the pages. Yeah. Are you done now? Can I fucking pick these up?
I'll let you go for a couple minutes.
Then he picks them up again, and Pierre starts talking, and John puts them back down again. Podcast video 99.9 Green Pants. John, this was one of the best episodes yet. Hoping for at least 100 more. I wish
you could remember what it was.
Yeah, I need to fucking go listen to it in the morning.
I
when
have the
this stuff
supercomputer in my pocket.
You want to go to Ohio?
Okay.
Or Chicago?
Oh, I've been to Chicago, but if there's some cool that you got, but Ohio.
What are we doing in Ohio and Chicago?
I just need to pick some stuff up. It's a 10-hour drive there, and then it's a 10-hour drive back.
So the question is, hold on, let's play this smart now. Sheets went down. Now I'm going to notice this every time. What are you buying?
Gym equipment.
Are we renting something and taking it up there, or are we using our own equipment to get it?
We're using our own equipment.
Okay. Because the other thought would be, let's just fly in, grab the shit, and then drive it back.
Oh, you're trying to get all fancy.
I got a better idea.
Listen, man. I mean,
did
you not bring me into bougie everything up?
He's looking at us like we're fucking going.
Okay. I make that drive all the time. Because Jess gets in the passenger seat, and she's like, I'm going to drive, and we're going to talk the whole way, and this, that, and the other. And then I don't pull out of my driveway, and she's snoring.
She is?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that'd be me.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm looking at you, seeing if you want to fly up there.
If I need to get some good sleep,
put him in a car.
I won't sleep on a plane, but you put me in a car fucking for... I'll also get the best sleep all month.
I've never slept on a plane to somewhere.
When we go to Dubai, you will.
On the way back? Oh, I've flown to the Middle East before, right? Bug eye the whole time. On the way back,
Yeah,
like
but you're not flying Arab Emirates.
I guess not.
They have beds on them motherfuckers.
They all got beds. It's just how much money you got. But the United Air Emirates, my mom flies on the way back when she comes. That's probably one of the best.
Especially after we cardio for an hour.
We can cardio on the plane.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They have a gym on the plane.
Well, I'm not doubting it. All right. Are we going to Ohio and Chicago?
So, North Carolina, Ohio, Chicago. There's 2 to 3 pieces at each place. Flying in might be a good way. Flying in might be the way to do it, and then Uber to U-Haul. But man, it's gonna be fucking uncomfortable driving that fucking U-Haul truck all that 10 hours back. That 10 hours becomes fucking
Trailer would
14
be better.
hours.
You'd be better to rent a trailer and get like a Suburban with a hitch or something.
Don't matter.
I mean, I drove a U-Haul 12 hours, so that's my limit.
We can
because I got out of it
and the drone only goes 45 miles an hour. So you're gonna
we
have
tie
to
a string
drive
to
the
it.
whole way 45 miles an hour.
We'll tape wings to it and tie a string to it, and it'll be a kite.
Kite.
You're good.
I like it.
We need to go to Afghanistan. I want to go do kite fighting.
Like flying kites.
I swear to God. I swear to God. Look up like dark tourism
Why
and
do
great
we have
tourism
to?
shit.
Why do we have to go to Afghanistan?
Because that's where they kite. That's where the best world's kite fighters are. They tie you tie shards of glass and sticks and razors and shit all over your kite, and you launch your kite into the other guy's kite and try to cut his
I've
string.
seen this in New York City.
Pigeon fighting. They got pigeon.
Are
fighting.
you sure? Like
I
not the
fucking-
Bronx?
I promise you.
I can mistake. You can mistake Afghanistan in parts of New York City.
No. They have way better infrastructure in Afghanistan.
I agree. We should probably like write down everything you want to do and just do one trip to the Middle East. Because the Middle East is going to be 50-50 for you. You're either going to go and be like, this is fucking awesome, or you're going to be like, I'm done. Like, as we land, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
The toilets spin backwards, let's go back home. And everybody's going to be like,
What's that? Like,
there's no arguing.
relief?
There's no arguing.
That would be a relief for me. I'd be like, yeah, let's go the fuck home.
Yeah, I agree. They don't have Diet Pepsi here.
Unless it's Salmon. Then I want to fly in an Apache helicopter.
I'll bet you he could have a Pepsi truck there for you.
Oh, no.
But they don't have Pepsi in the Middle East.
Yes, they will.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
They have Pepsi. There's no P's in the Middle East. It's all B's.
Well, they... Yeah,
Pepsi.
okay.
Is that true?
Yeah,
Why?
they don't pronounce the letter P.
Yeah, but they...
The Arabic is more of a joke on the word, but
Yeah.
the Middle Eastern language doesn't have the letter P. The noise of a P doesn't exist.
Audemars, Hublot, Panerai. So how do they say Panerai?
Panerai. Now, Salman says it correctly because he's educated, but your average run-of-the-mill dude, right?
Yeah, no,
yeah,
he's
they don't
right.
they don't pronounce the letter P.
What do you mean your average run-of-the-mill dude? I thought most of them
Speak better
are
English than us.
princes. Yeah.
Oh, well, in the city of Dubai, maybe most of them are princes.
What other Middle East is there?
Well,
I want to go and like.
You said you wanted a kite fight in Afghanistan. Most of those people don't even know how to read.
are you gonna have to wear sandals?
Do you think we could?
You
have,
see Solomon will make
could
you
we, could
sandals?
we have some of our friends go there with us with a protection detail?
You know there'd be.
Would Joe go?
You know one dude.
Oh,
would
yeah,
be-
Joe would go.
You know
Joe
one
would go.
dude
I'd
would
love
be
to go.
down.
Who?
Ben would be down.
I don't know, man. Ben would go because we're going, but Ben would be
You
like,
tell Ben
would be pissed off the whole fucking time.
You know,
we're
if
there.
you tell Ben we're going and I'm putting a gun in your hand, I really feel he'd be like, okay, let's go.
No, I bet he would go, but
Yeah.
we all might be in prison for a while.
More danger because Ben's with us.
Yeah, we'd have to escape fucking wherever we went.
Could be fun.
No.
Could be.
In which case,
It'll
you
be
better take Ed too. Have him so he can get us
Ed
out
who?
of
Yeah,
there.
definitely Ed. We
Ed
need
who?
The
Ed.
escape artist.
Oh, Ed Manifesto, yeah. So there's too many Eds now. There's that Ed and
We need Ed, and Eddie.
We've got Ed and Ed.
Who do we have?
Ed Hubble.
Oh, our Canadian Ed.
Yeah. I would take that dude in a fight. That dude is fucking...
No, that dude's like, he ain't fucking around. Like when that dude says he's working out, there's a video of
Yeah.
him working out, and there's like snow on the ground where he's working out.
Yeah. But we need Eddie now. So
Like for him to go do his job, they have to bring in fucking equipment to fucking clear the path for him to do his job.
Yeah.
I always click the Amazon button, Skully, and you are equipping us with good stuff daily, guys. Thanks, SOE. Liberty Chick, we will see you soon.
Yeah, it's clicking down quick.
yeah, the dude walked in here today. He's like, what time you leaving? I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, to the show. I go, that's next week. It is next week, right?
Yeah, next week. But it's coming quick.
Podcast 99-9. This was one of the best. We did that one. Dave Duvall. I like how John picks a bit.
I think you get printed twice.
I think the song Pierre was thinking of is Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater
Yeah,
Revival.
I remember that one. Yeah.
Green Pants. Merc Mechanic. Laugh my ass off. Thanks, SOE and crew, for the awesome podcast. PTPP. Derek's going to be in the booth. He verified he is bringing his 30-pound rabbit with him. You know he has a fucking giant rabbit.
I'm not cleaning rabbit shit from anywhere.
He's got a baby carrier.
Yeah.
And it shits in the baby carrier.
Well, he has a diaper.
I hear rabbits are actually really clean animals.
Yeah, it's just little pellets.
Justin Souders' mother has a rabbit, and it's like a fucking circus rabbit. It literally, the rabbit does backflips. The rabbit, I fucking no kidding, the rabbit does backflips. It'll lay on the ground and barrel roll like a dog, and it is litter box trained.
Jess had a cat back up in Michigan, a cat and a rabbit. The rabbit wasn't fixed.
So the rabbit would fuck the shit out of the cat?
It would chase the shit out of we'd let it out, and they would chase the shit out of and she's like, just watch, it'll catch the cat sometimes, and very rarely you would like sneak up on the cat and jump out, and you would just hear it go, it would thump the ground, like I'm about, like bang,
I'm
bang,
thumper, I'm thumping.
bang, bang, right? And then and then you see the cat just and just fucking scurry off. It was fucking hilarious. I'll have to see. I think I have a video of it.
Did the cat get seminated?
No, it was not. I mean, you would think it's
possible?
never been. I don't know if he ever found the hole, but he was
trying.
He was working at it.
Loving the podcast. Keep it up, guys. See you guys at Blade Show. Cody, right on, man. Edward Bentley. Just looking up the watermelon sugar content. 5 pounds equals 140 grams of sugar, or 5 ounces of sugar. This is too much for me. Man, you have just totally ruined watermelon for me. Well, I'll just eat that instead of the cherry pie. I'll bet the cherry pie is probably healthier for you.
No.
Am I better
Because you're getting
off?
vitamins with the watermelon.
Am I better off?
And fiber.
And
Am I
fiber.
better off eating a whole cherry pie in one sitting, or a quarter a day for 4 days? Am I just gonna shock the system and then shit it all out and it's gone, or am I like weaning my immunity up?
I don't know the answer to that.
Ooh. If your body doesn't process all of it at once and you just shit it out,
I don't know the answer.
or is it a quarter of it getting processed completely?
What if we use?
That's a good question.
Can we get a jar of Olestra and you just take 2 tablespoons of Olestra with it?
Well, do you have to take the Olestra before and then after, so it coats it all like it's like a cylinder all the way down?
I'll bet, like Indiana Jones at the end when they're pushing the ark down that warehouse. There is a warehouse full of 55-gallon drums of Olestra
Or IBC totes.
Yeah, probably IBC too.
Will you guys do a run of medical satchels in red or black soon? Would buy from Skinny Medic, but he can't ship to Europe. Echo, I did not know that he can't ship to Europe. We are building some. Maybe it is MedSat. We're building some shit for Skinny Medic. We usually build extras. So I would say Echo Sierra that yes, you probably will see that soon. Send me an email so I know exactly who you are. And then what'll happen is I'll go, hey, we will build some of these. When we do, I'll send you an email. The day they get done, I will send you an email and say, hey, we have these. I put them online for you. We won't tell anybody else they're there, and you'll get a couple hours head start, and in the evening we'll tell everybody they're there. Answer the internet question number 4. If you could only watch one category of porn for the rest of your life, what would it be? Keep the podcast going till 5:03. Jeff likes fur.
Like fur, like hairy
you know what?
bush?
Yeah, like
or like
just
furries.
Like
Give me straight up.
1970s.
You
Yeah,
can't
give me
just say fur
Jeff,
when it comes to
Just give me
porn.
70s porn.
Jeff
Really?
only watches VHS
Yeah, just give me
porn.
1970s porn.
But the sad thing is that's like a category now.
Yeah, 70s porn.
Yeah, like, but in 70s porn, it's kind of cheating.
So is left
Why?
arm amputee.
Why is it
That's a
cheating?
category.
Because, like, if you talk about modern day categories, there's this, that, and the other, right? If you say 70s, there's still this, that, and the other. It's just bitches with hairy pussies.
Do you know why I like 70s porn?
The music, obviously.
The
The
music.
froze.
No, it's the music.
It's the music and the
Yeah.
fact that in at least in 70s porn,
Yeah.
they pretended like they were acting.
Do you watch Solid Gold Dancers?
I do not watch Solid Gold Dancer.
Or what was the bus one?
Bang Bus?
No.
Oh,
no. It was on
Soul
the set.
Train?
Soul Train.
Soul Train, man. Soul Train
And the
rock.
Soul Train Dancers. What
category? There's so much.
I want some like early 1900s pornography.
I've seen like
You know, there's a lot, and there's a lot out there when you start looking.
Yeah.
But I want to own the actual movies. You can't just go buy like you see a cool fucking reel-to-reel movie player, right? You can't just go buy it because fucking then you're like there's fucking 20 versions and there's 20 sizes of fucking film that go in it.
You think they'll make a new, like, you know how you can buy the new retro
No, I don't want that.
players.
I want the real ones.
You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, would they do a new one that you can adapt to all the sizes?
I saw there's a cool one sitting. I know right where it's at. I've seen it for over a year. It's been there, and you put a candle in it.
Oh, that's fucking real cool.
Yeah, it's a candle, and you gotta click.
Yeah,
click,
by hand.
Click, click, click. Yep, it's pretty neat.
There's no audio output on that.
There's no audio on those. Yeah, that's when they started calling them talkies. New ones came in. Answer the lever gun, 30-30 or 308. Lever gun 30-30 or 308 bolt action for defense, or a pump action loaded with 1 to 2 shells because of Europe laws. And you can't you can't beat a fucking good lever gun in 30-30.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in Europe,
defense kind of shit.
30. Well, yeah, but it's gonna punch through the dude, the wall.
If you're in
Well, he gave you 30-30 or 308.
or
They're
shotgun,
both doing that.
or shotgun will take chunks off.
I didn't
man.
see shotgun.
Right here, or pump action loaded.
Yeah, that's not a shot. I don't think he
Or
meant
shells.
shells.
Gotta be
Okay,
shotgun.
okay, gotcha.
Shotgun. For home defense, man, shotgun's hard to beat.
well,
It really
anything
is.
close in or anything,
308's got a lot of fucking ass behind
shotgun
it.
is the king of the battlefield at out to 25 yards.
30-30 is like a fucking.
The only reason why I would say 30-30.
There's no such thing as too much.
I don't know what you're limited to though, because you gave us a limitation on everything as far as you got a bolt action 308 and then you got a shotgun that holds 1 or 2 shells.
Yeah, but that's a training
1 plus
thing.
2.
That's a training thing. I port loaded a shotgun and kept it neck and neck with a semi-auto Benelli, the one I got from you, right? And a dude with a pump action, and we were toe to toe. It's just training.
30-30 is like it's like a Chevy 350. You can buy parts for it at fucking Burger King.
I mean, I probably would go with the 30-30 just because of the more ammunition capacity.
I would love to have a 30-30.
But
I got one.
I can't.
I don't
Oh,
know.
my
if
dad-
you-
my dad-
I don't know if you're limited to 3
Does
rounds.
me
in your-
no good.
in your
I'm just saying, my
30-30.
dad's got a
Like that's
30-30.
I like the
Any deer my dad's ever killed was with 30-30.
30-30, yeah.
Lever action.
I like a 30-30 with like the fucking rail shit on it. All I want to do really is I want to fucking bolt it to my 4-wheeler.
Just leave it there.
Mm-hmm. So when we're out on the property and you see that coyote dog.
Kapow. Do you get coyotes out here?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Can we? There's no regulation on coyotes.
True. And you can call them in.
Yeah, you can feed them, you can bait them, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, there's coyotes here.
I've never shot a coyote.
All over back there. Yeah, Becky's like fucking puts pictures up. She's like, somebody killed these motherfuckers.
That's my job. I'm calling it now. I'm
She,
going to borrow some night vision from you.
We don't. We
Can't
have,
shoot 'em at
We have a
night.
lot of it.
Really?
Here
In
you-
Michigan, you can do kill the coyote.
Well,
Period.
I would check.
At night, spotlight them,
That's the
feed
way it was.
them.
That's the way it was at Camp Pendleton. We
Yeah.
could shoot them at night.
Yeah.
But I asked that. Who did I ask? Because I got some thermals and shit in, and I was like, "Hey, this is gonna be perfect. I'm gonna shoot some coyotes at night." And they're like,
Yeah.
"You can't shoot anything at night here, to include coyotes."
Yeah, but don't you have
So-
a can?
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Do you have anything in 300 blackout?
Here's the thing.
Do you have anything in 300 blackout?
Yes.
Do you have a 30 cal can?
Let me hold on. I see where you're going. I totally get it. We got a lot of friends. Well, we know 3 dudes
Yeah.
who have been to federal court
Here?
here.
Oh shit.
They own so much property.
Yeah.
You physically could not see where what they said happened, whether it happened or not, hunting over bait. And they're like, we were not baiting. We haven't thrown any corn in fucking,
Right.
4 months,
I know-
5
I know what
months.
you're talking about.
But if you go in my feeders, we haven't filled those feeders out there in probably a year and a half,
But
maybe
there's
2
corn there.
years. I guarantee you can find a kernel
And
of
they
corn.
can say,
And they went like these dudes fucking had to trespass to get there. And when they came in and fucking swooped out of the trees, dude, they were a half mile on the property already.
damn.
So it's
Yeah, I was
just
just
not
gonna
worth
say
it,
it's
man.
not worth fucking around with a game warden because they can,
Like that's the one thing here.
My
like,
dad.
they got superpowers.
I want to stay friends with those dudes.
Yeah.
I don't want them to ever be in a position where we have to not be friendly.
Right.
And those dudes, like,
My dad said when we would go hunting up north, back in Michigan, he would say, out of anybody in the branch of the government that the last person you want to fuck with, game wardens. He goes, they'll just walk right up on the property and be, hey, what? Oh, is that a gun? How empty it. Where's your tag? Where's this blood from? He's like, they just, they can find the stupidest thing.
Just on suspicion.
Just on the suspicion.
Just on the suspicion.
I heard shooting
they can go
area.
right in your. They can go in your fucking house. And search
that's
your
what
house.
he said. He said, out of all the jurisdictions, the last person you want to fuck with is the game warden.
Ranger Dave, me, Lance. We had a couple dudes with us. We were just like fucking combat swimming from through La Jolla, and we would just come up on the backside of the cove, and had no lights. We'd cut light out far. We had lights on, but we'd cut and then just fucking fin in, and we just come out and go get in the truck and throw all the wet gear in the back, and then fucking everybody get in their cars, and we just drive to the house, and fucking we'd go eat it at Denny's, and then just freshwater rinse everything on the driveway. And one night he's like, we've been looking for you guys for weeks. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, oh yeah, we got you fucking poaching lobsters. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. He goes, we've been sitting up there with binoculars watching you guys for the last fucking 2 hours out here, and we see you every night cut your lights and come back in. We just fucking this is the first time we got to you. I go, I don't have any lobsters. He's like, would you mind opening the truck? I go, I don't mind at all. Open up. I go, there's no, like, what are you doing?
There's not even anything here to catch the lobsters.
We're just swimming. And like, we didn't have dive gear with it. Like, we had UDT vests, fucking all blacked out shit, fucking boots on. But they thought, he's like, oh, we got you now, motherfucker.
You lobster.
$1,000 a lobster. I'm like, no, of course not. We eat those lobsters under the water.
Yeah, before we even get up there.
What was that episode of that show? Seinfeld, when they ate the lobsters? Remember that?
He's done all those.
What song would be played when being chased by the cops? The same one as the last two times, Evolution by Korn.
Green Pants. Well, like, this upsets me. This upsets me.
Kilo?
Yeah, because he just put hashtag Green Pants. As if we didn't say, go to the fucking Instagram page. Okay, so we're going to talk about this contest because y'all are about to ruin it for yourselves. Here's the deal. From now on, make yourself somewhat accessible, please. Like, we're here to do it. We're having fun with it. We're all, right? Like,
we did 2 live feeds today.
Yeah. There's 4 winners.
We've communicated with 4 people. 2 of them we haven't fucking heard back from. Like, you gotta, we're giving you free shit. You gotta make it easy. And for every one of you guys that's getting it, there's fucking 1,000 dudes on it. Go look. I mean, there's fucking 1,000. Look up hashtag Green Pants and how many times that fucking hashtag's been used. We can, if you're not available, man, I can have another motherfucker that'll actually get on the fucking video in 30 seconds.
And it's not free shit, let's be clear. Like, it's not free shit that, like, you can buy this, what we're giving it to you for free. It's shit that you can't buy. Shit that's never gonna probably be, you know what I mean?
It's the original prototypes. Yeah. It's the video gear that I made, and the static photo shots, and most of this shit has all the color matched, the fucking printed and woven webbing. So the multicam black stuff has multicam black webbing on it, has multicam black Velcro. It's nice, like it's nice shit for sure. It was Remington Rand that made firearms for World War I and World War II, not the Remington that we know today. Remington Rand made typewriters, but started making firearms during wartime. There's a dude at the flea market in Nashville that refurbs typewriters, and he has fucking beautiful typewriters, fully functioning, man. Every key on them works, everything. Old ones. Before the Gulf War, the U.S. Navy would not put a carrier in the Persian Gulf. I believe the largest ship in the Gulf was a Gator freighter, nicknamed the Great White Ghost, and off the Arabian coast. It was painted white. The build-up to kicking Saddam out of Kuwait, the Navy brass saw that they would have a support role, so all of a sudden it was okay to send in not 1 but 2 carriers. Then Schwarzkopf bluffed the amphib landing and still left them largely in support. Alright guys, who makes the best barbecue sauce? My vote is Sweet Baby Ray's, especially the sweet and spicy. I like the Baby Ray's as well. We buy big huge containers of it and then put it in little squeeze bottles. If you need a keto, there's keto options out there.
Doesn't he make a keto?
Bob makes a fucking keto.
It's a fucking good sauce.
Yeah, Rappaport makes a keto barbecue sauce. YouTube is all is all you get out of me. I don't partake of Facebook, Instagram, or other social media. But if I did, I'd be following the crew from SOE. Right on. You guys are absolutely right on buying handmade items. For example, there is a Drago bag at Academy, $70. Fits everything I need and want, but I chose the SOE day pack because I've been to Camden. Met Jeff, even though I was very awkward about it, and saw the bag being made in front of me. My friends rag me when they ask me how much the bag cost, but then I explain the reason. Handmade by Americans in Tennessee, the podcast, the motivational speeches, the common sense conversation, and then they come around to the idea. Handmade brings a whole new level of value to me as a consumer, especially when John emails me personally and says, what color do you want? Doesn't seem like a lot, but it meant a lot. I have spent about $700 on SOE this year. I know not as much as others. It'll be over 1,000 as soon as some new bags and deplorable bags are made. I hope I can meet John next time. Right on, man. You don't have to spend money to interact with us. And yeah, everything you said, but the Drago bags, like, I don't know where they're made, but that's like gun show shit. You can go buy, there's all kinds of shit you can buy at Academy or Walmart. It's a totally different animal for sure.
Your boys are ragging on you because they A, don't have the money, or B,
they're jealous,
or C, their goals aren't set high enough where they want to spend money on nicer shit.
Hashtag don't be poor. Just look at their chicks. Would you want to bang their chicks? Probably not.
That's a good rule of thumb.
Probably not. John and Skully, moon pies, Diet Pepsi, should start kicking up. Laugh out loud, PTP Green Peanuts. More important, long live the SOE and PTP podcast. Blade Show next year. Brand new Diet Pepsi moon pie pouch.
Yeah.
I like that.
Blade
When
Show
are we going
is...
to make this a patch?
That's what we
Blade
should
Show
do. That's
is
what we should
fucking
do.
right now.
Let's take in a bunch of cases of fucking moon
pies?
pies to fucking Blade Show. And how about a moon pie pouch?
The moon pie pouch would be awesome.
You could throw them like frisbees, ninja stars.
Yep.
And then once you've eaten your moon pie, you could put like 6 ninja stars in it.
Probably fit in the phone pouch.
No, we just do like because you
Yeah.
use it for a dip can afterwards.
Oh. Ooh.
Have y'all people seen Gore Optifade camo patterns or thought about using Cryptek's Inferno pattern for orange gear? Cryptek Altitude is looking pretty cool also. Thanks for the podcast and the awesome shit. So let me tell you, number one, I have not seen Gore Optifade. Intriguing. Cryptek's Inferno pattern was licensed to one store only. I've never seen that shit. I want to say it was Bass Pro Shop. They have never made it in Cordura. I've never seen Cordura. I've never seen anything other than like spandexy Under Armour type clothing material in that. I have not seen their altitude stuff, but there is a company. Check out Prime Camouflage. They're here in Tennessee. One of the owners lives over on the other side of the interstate. They're out of Nashville, the company, and they make some patterns that are fucking pretty close. I like it.
It's like Marpat
Yeah.
and
Looks like
Alpine,
it's like they had the Marpat all ready to dry, and somebody came along and fingerprinted it.
It's got
here. It looks like
squares.
somebody got the shit shot out of them.
It's
with a
got some
paintball gun.
squares, but then it's like battle worn digi.
Everybody has a pattern. Even some of our mills that we buy Cryptek and Multicam Black from have their own camo pattern also. Straight fire, fam. Norwal Music says.
Thanks, Normal.
You were talking about the Remington-made Mosins. They were made under contract to Imperial Russia. Then the revolution happened. The new government defaulted on its contracts made by the Tsarist government. So the U.S. government had to buy out all the Remington and Westinghouse rifles to save them from bankruptcy. Several 100,000 went into U.S. inventory. In between the two wars, the predecessor to the CMP sold them to the U.S. public for $3 a piece. I know you just pooped a little.
I did poop a little, especially since I didn't know Westinghouse made
Do
them.
you think the price of guns is always going to go up?
Yes.
It's never not gone up.
Like, you think when I'm your age, be like, man, I was buying ARs I remember when ARs were $1,200.
Yeah, because no matter what happens, whatever wins you guys have, whatever wins we have on the Second Amendment shit, they're still chiseling them away, man.
I don't disagree.
I mean,
scarcity demands price.
They might plateau, so they might.
But I remember kiits, like AK kits used to be $17.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
but it might plateau.
no, not even like brand new kits in the crates or whatever. Does that sound right? $20, $25 a kit. You have to buy a receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a receiver and then weld it all together. Cut the receiver out.
Awesome podcast, guys. Keep them coming. Skully, do you have any opinions on the Taurus handgun? Personally, I have a PT92 that has run flawlessly since day one. Hold on, I'll start with that one. Isn't that the copy of the Beretta 92F?
Yeah.
I broke the locking block in 3 pieces shooting 115 grain Uzi subgun ammo because it's 9mm, right? It'll fit right in the mag. So we were out at.
But you're not supposed to shoot it in the fucking.
Well, I
pistol.
didn't know that. It shot.
Why are you not supposed to shoot?
Because it's too hot.
So they load it hot to cycle the Uzi.
So. Got a couple mags through there shooting fucking propane tanks and dishwashers, whatever. We were out at some truck trail, somewhere truck trail, on the way up to like Julian, and blew the locking block in 3 pieces. Took it in, gave it to the gun shop, and they sent it and got it fixed. And then I did it again, and it blew the locking block in 2 pieces. I don't remember what happened after that. But don't shoot Uzi ammo in your
Don't shoot Uzi ammo in your PT.
Did it get sold as Uzi ammo?
Yes.
Yeah, it got sold.
PMI
It
Uzi,
said
yes.
Uzi right on it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it said a blue box said Uzi right on it. I do have it.
Nowadays.
I bought the first. I bought one in. Fuck, it had to have been early 90s.
Taurus?
Yeah, Taurus PT92, but it was the first. It was the first laser kit. So I got this fucking laser that was attached to this. That's the only reason why I bought it, was because it's the first handgun released with a fucking laser on it.
Like a 9-volt?
No, it took a. No, you had to take the
Charge
laser
it,
off
didn't
and
you?
charge it. You had to
Yeah, I
charge
was
it.
going to say, it's got
You
a
had to charge
monster
it.
battery.
And it was you had to charge it, and it had external adjustments on it. So if you to adjust it, you'd be like cranking knobs and shit on the side of it.
But it wasn't really like on optics.
Yeah.
It was the mount. It was
the
a
mount.
pin that pushed. You had to loosen this one, and it pushed this one, and then you were able to push it with this one.
Have you ever sold a gun?
No, I still have it.
Okay, I have an idea for a video series. If you're down, you inventory some stuff, right? I'm sure you have an inventory of what you got.
No, I don't.
Okay, so take some pictures, right, and be like, pick one, and then we'll do like a 10-minute segment, right?
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Because there's a lot of shit that you have.
Yeah.
The majority of shit. Like if I have something, you've shot it, not the other way around. So we'll do like a 5-minute video. Pierre shoots.
Did you see Jeff's
This.
Styrog video we did?
I think I've.
So Jeff brings the
shot.
Styrog, and
Yeah, Tim was here.
They're gonna do this torture test shit, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, we're gonna run around the building,
Oh, I saw that.
do some push-ups. You're gonna fire. You're gonna get your heart rate up. You're gonna fire the side.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, Curtis, run around the. So Curtis
Curtis
run around the building. And Jeff shot the dog.
We should. That for pure selfishness, right? I would like if you're down, like just open the safe and be like, I know he hasn't shot this before, and bring like 5 rounds, or I'll buy the ammo. I don't care. We can start it easy with 9mm stuff.
It would probably be easier. It would probably be easier for you to tell me what you haven't shot, or
Okay, I've shot.
what you want to shot. What you want to
don't
shoot.
have time for this right
Yeah,
now.
no, it's 6 guns.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
shot.
he'll have to figure that out. But yes, I do have.
I've never
one.
shot a Beretta 92.
Oh yeah, I got one.
Start
of
with
those.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have
You
one.
should just start at like World War One and work your way
Yeah,
up.
I'm
could
saying
do
like
that, too.
I'm telling you,
Started all the international.
I've shot Glock
conflicts.
19s, Glock 17s, ARs, and AKs. 1.308, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Like it's very, like you don't have to worry about some shit like.
Have you fired a flamethrower? Were you here for the flamethrower?
I was here for the flamethrower, like backpack flamethrower. No,
But did you dress up like Robert De Niro and shoot the flamethrower?
I did not.
I'm like, who the fuck is that out there? Like, yeah, on tiger stripes and shit. I'm standing right next to him. I turn around and talk to somebody. I come back. I'm like, who's got the flamethrower?
It was you.
He changed that fast.
Yeah,
I think he had it under his other
I've
clothes.
got some 9mm, so bring something in 9mm tomorrow. Beretta 92 I've
He'll
never shot.
bring ammo.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, so I have it. I liked it because you could carry it cocked and locked. I have not shot that pistol.
You can't do that with the Beretta 92.
No, you cannot do it with the 92, but the Taurus you can.
And that
the
one
Taurus
wasn't
will cock and lock.
the new, because that one wasn't a double action, was it? The first
That's why
shot, you could double action it.
Yes, first shot
Double?
So same thing. You could shoot it double action, but you could leave it cocked and locked because it has safety like 1911. Funny thing about the laser was it was like it had to have been the fucking early 90s. So I immediately took it to the barracks, and I'm in the barracks, and I'm like, look, I got a laser and shit. And there's like a fucking big warning sticker on the side of this thing.
Do not point this.
Do not point this at your fucking eye. And every single person I handed it to, they're like, this is bitchin'. They looked right at the laser. That's cool. Every fucking one of them. It's funny shit.
When we first got night vision, older night vision, had the IR illuminators on them. So we'd go in the bathroom and just fucking... Like, this feels weird. Like, I feel something's happening that probably shouldn't be happening. Man, we are so lucky.
I don't think I've ever shot a 1911 in 45.
What?
I'm telling you.
There's something specifically wrong
Have
with
you ever fired a Tommy gun?
No.
One of the first, I want to say, first machine gun I ever fired. Tommy gun, Mac 10, Styrod. And the Mac 10 had a suppressor on it. It was like this big around.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm shooting it. I'm like, what the fuck is going all over me? It's fucking bearing grease.
Yep.
Like, it was packed with grease.
Yeah.
So not only are you getting all the gases and shit from the open bolt, the grease, like, it is fucking everywhere. You have fucking, like, I could just take a grease gun and just fling it on you.
You ever shot G36?
Yes.
Full auto?
Yes.
With a can?
Not with a can.
Okay. Have you ever shot this is going to be easy, P90 with a can? Full auto?
Full auto, but not with a can.
We got the
Stojak had all that shit.
We got the P90 Master. You're going to meet him at Blaze Show. The fucking biggest fan of P90 in the world.
BT Thorman?
Well, I'll bet his P90 would fit right in those backpacks we're making. That's what he always wanted.
Yeah, it is what he wants.
So Mike, Blown Deadline,
had
a bunch of cool stuff. And I was hanging out at his shop when we were up in Michigan, and he said something, and then he was like, I was gonna buy. That was the guy I was gonna get the Hudson from, and we're going back and forth, and he was like, I was like, man, I think I'm not gonna buy it. He's like, let me see if I can get some parts for it. If he's got some connections, then maybe it'll be better. And then he's like, you want to shoot a machine gun? And I was like, yeah. He's like, I think I'd make it feel better. And I was like, yeah. What do you got? And he's like,
what's a Hudson?
The H9, the Hudson H9.
It's just a pistol.
I'm thinking it's a car or something.
No. And so then he was like, he pulls out, and I was like, that's a G36. He's like, no, but yes. And I was like, is it full auto? I'll show you the video later. Because it says safe 1, 2, and then,
yeah.
And I was like, is it burst? And he goes, no, it's just full. And then he goes, lean into that bitch. It's the flattest shooting gun I've ever shot in my life. You just stand there, and it goes, and then the P90 was...
Oh, yeah. You can hold the P90 out like this.
It needs a fucking 300 round magazine in it because it's just... We filled it halfway, so it's 25 or 30 or something.
What's his favorite camo pattern?
He is hands down the best at multicam.
Right, what's his favorite?
What his favorite?
Personally like, though?
I don't know.
Could he paint one of my cars?
He can paint whatever the fuck he's...
I can't afford to have him paint a car.
That motherfucker would do it just to do it. There's weird, like, you give him something hard. Like, that was the big thing when, like, it was, like, the crazy projects. He'd be like, that's all I want to do. It's like, yeah, well, there's paint that just needs to be done. You know what I mean? Like, but he's... You
ever heard of Honro? Honro, H-O-N-R-O, Honro. Mm-hmm. Check out Honro Engraving on Instagram. He engraves cars. The whole car.
By hand?
By hand. Like, holy fuck,
It's probably the same machinery they do guns with.
It looks like a fucking Dremel to me.
Yeah, it is.
He engraves.
Yeah.
He engraves wheels. He engraves fucking trophy, like fucking monster.
Yeah, he's got to charge 20, 30,
and also check out Shane Against the Machine. That dude is fucking. He's a welder. Holy fuck, man. He makes all the Monster Energy trophies. Like, it is amazing to watch this dude work. And just the product he puts out. Holy fuck. It's just, man, it's so fucking rad. He does these fucking all stainless steel skulls and did those sugar skulls with those 20 mic and 40 mic cases and stuff. Fucking really neat stuff. Really neat. What made Mike Blown Deadline? What made him start painting guns?
He was, him and his wife were waiters and waitresses at a Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
And
who hates guns?
Who hates guns? And he was doing some kind of artistry. Like, they're both very artistic. She's awesome at drawing. Like, she does these like cat portraits that you couldn't tell. Almost was fucking looks real. Like, she gets depth real well. And I think he got sort of like stumbled into it. Like, he was always into guns, I think, and he was like trying to figure out how to paint his own guns, and they were working out of their garage. and like a friend of a friend was like, "Can you paint mine?" And then it snowballed.
That's
and
how
then they did.
how it happens.
They did a few agency guns. So when Agency Arms was first coming up, they did Fatal 15, where they battle worn them and stuff like that. And by that time, Mike was established, so he kind of helped them kind of get up there. And then it's just exploded. Like, and they've got it down to a fuck. Like, it's really cool seeing their business
Now, yeah.
evolve in
Especially
the
seeing it from
last
the
5
beginning.
years, 6 years. You know, because I remember it when it was like they were. I mean,
You know, I don't think I've ever met him.
really, you'd love
Not
him. He's
face to
super
face.
cool. He's really down to earth.
I was super stoked when he commented on something on my Instagram page
Yeah.
the first time.
And he's down to earth. He's a real dude, you know. Like, and he'll like. They're very meticulous, and he's like he was having an issue with.
You can see it in that car he built.
Yeah. He's skimped on one piece in that whole fucking car, and I haven't said anything to him yet.
Yeah,
And I'm
bet
just
it
gonna
eats at
call him, and I'm just gonna instead of. He's got money in this car, like in places you wouldn't fucking believe. You know what I mean? Like, he just redid the whole audio system, the center dash to get one made. He's got carbon fiber everywhere in the car. To get the center dash made, it was gonna be like he had to buy another one, send it out. They'd have to prototype
Yep.
it,
And
then
the dash
make it.
has to be out of your car,
And,
otherwise.
well, this is an insert, so like they could make it. It was gonna end up costing them like $1,500, something astronomical, in like 6 weeks, right?
he's like, fuck it, I'll lay my own carbon fiber.
So he fucking pulled it out and then just wrapped it with carbon fiber vinyl, and it looks. I mean, he's meticulous with his work, right? So it looks awesome. I haven't said anything to him yet, so that's gonna be like a text message, like, all the shit you did to that car, you're gonna cheap out on a fucking dash
They
insert?
have
Like,
carbon
come
fiber,
on,
they have
bro.
whole carbon fiber
He had
kits
the
with
motor
razors.
pulled, fucking billet from the top down, like monster supercharger, fucking trans is built, differentials built, full suspension, full adjustable suspension. Like, he's got some fucking money
When
in
you
that
start
car.
looking at all the diesel shit, right? I just want a reliable diesel. I don't
Right.
want to boost it up. I
No,
just want it to
I want it to
run
work.
forever. So when you start looking through the magazines and shit, you see all these like anodized parts and shit. Like,
Yeah.
where is that on my truck?
Yeah.
It's inside the turbo.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what the fuck? I mean, it looks awesome, but what the fuck good does it do if it's inside the turbo?
Yeah.
Awesome podcast, guys. We did that one. Love the podcast. Hashtag Green Pants. Good day, gentlemen. In a previous podcast, you were talking about drones. My father-in-law is a local police officer up here in Pennsylvania, and his department last year adopted a drone program, and he is one of the drone operators. He gets called out and to use the drone for accident reconstruction, search and rescue, to drug busts. I was having a conversation with him, and he said the next round of drones from DJI will have cameras that can read your license plate from about 4 blocks away. I'm pretty sure I can read your license plate right now from 4 blocks away. I have a Pro and I have a Zoom, and we actually have 2 Zooms. The Pro's nice, but that Zoom, just being able, and it optically zooms. It's not digital enhancement. Like, it actually zooms in. It's fucking pretty good. His department is the only one in the area, so he gets called to other jurisdictions to do some really interesting shit. Other departments around here are seeing the usefulness of having a drone program and are more than likely going to adopt the program on their own. He was telling me about watching a drug deal go down while he was up the road behind a shopping mall. I asked him if they heard the drone flying, and he said, hell no, I was at 400 feet up in the air. They didn't have a clue I was there. So with all the other drone traffic in the sky, I can only imagine once this goes more widespread, with law enforcement using drones and Amazon and God knows whatever other business, it won't be long until the hobbyist is forced to fly within a restricted range. Keep up the awesome podcast. I share it on social media when I can, but I'm listening at work. HVAC technician Tad, who is here today, is a HVAC tech. Well, he's a little more than that, but
Yeah.
a lot more than that. But like you say, got to keep doing the real shit, and then I ended up forgetting to share it. I will definitely use the Amazon link for my next purchase. I have been watching your live feeds and YouTube videos for a long time now. Skully, do you have any Okinawa stories? I was stationed there for 2 years, and it was my best time in the Corps. I only did my 4 and got out, but still think about the Corps at least once a day.
No good Okinawa stories. No,
I'm gonna-
every time I got to Okinawa, we were just refueling and refitting, and then back on the boat and out.
Umbrellas.
What about umbrellas? Oh, you're gonna put up umbrellas every time?
Now you can't see doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And if it's low enough, I can hear it.
Oh, for the drone?
Yeah. Like, that's what, like, the Hitler had those mesh... Didn't he have those, like, mesh...
Yeah.
Like, screens? Or, not screens, but, like, it looked like it was nothing, but it was all the stuff.
Yeah, it'll only be... So, the thing about drones is it's just starting to catch on in the...
We've been doing it for 5 years already.
Yeah, John's been... But, I mean, as far as, like, law enforcement and stuff like that, it's kind of... It's been around, but it's not really, really being used. The bad guys will be quick to adjust to drones. Plus, the more drones you have up, the more there are going to be people trying to figure out
how to crash your drone,
how to fucking, how to steal the information. Like, so the U.S. was running fucking, we were running our fucking hunter-killer drones over in Iraq, and we thought we were real smart. All the data would be encrypted once it left, so the satellite would tell the fucking drone where to go.
Controlled from Colorado or
Controlled from Colorado or whatever. And that information would be encrypted from the satellite to the fucking, to back to Colorado. So nobody could intercept that. Well, some fucking Iraqi with a little bit of G2 figured out how to intercept the signal between the drone and the satellite, where they did not fucking secure it, because they're like, there's no way it can be intercepted unless they have a satellite. But this guy figured out how to do it, and so for about 2 years, the ISIS was actually looking at our fucking drone footage and like, oh, there's where the drone's at. Yep, he's fine. The technology to defeat those things and the technology to make them useless is going to start happening soon. The Marine Corps just bought a drone killer. Basically, what it does is it'll knock a drone out of the sky, and it just uses the frequencies. That was made in these two guys made it in their fucking garage.
There was a whole Discovery Channel fucking show on killing drones. It was a military contract. They had everybody come out. It's all over YouTube. You can drop them. DJI. There's a bunch of companies. There's some companies out there with eight blade. Serious propulsion drones. You can jet ski, you can water ski behind them, you can snowboard behind them. They'll carry a payload, mostly like video shit. They're expensive. You can go buy a DJI drone like we have for $1,200 to $1,600. You can buy the smaller little one for like $500. The battery, it doesn't fly as fast. The battery doesn't last as long. We can be in the air for about a half hour per battery. We've got 12 batteries right now. And you can buy this thing off Amazon and have it here in 2 days. And there's not a learning curve to it. It's very, like, I had never flown, I never flew any video games, none of that shit. And I'm pretty fucking good with the drone now.
I like to mess with it.
Yeah, you'll like it.
So my theory on this stuff, and this is ignorance, but
the cops are way behind on this shit.
Yeah,
their kids are already fucking doing crazy shit.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of times, like, tech trickles down from, like, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but they say for a while, like, porn was pushing, like, DVDs.
Yeah,
and
porn
pushed tech for a long time.
Pushed tech for a long time.
Yeah. And then they say the military pushed medical technology.
Invented the affiliate program.
Right. So the problem I see, unless you know about some secret programs, is, like, all this drone stuff started with, like, it seems like it started, like, with toys in the civilian market.
It did.
And then
do
it's
you not
like,
remember, like, 5, 6,
yeah, you
7
can buy
years
those
ago, you buy the
helicopters,
little tiny ones?
right?
Well,
but so now it's like, and I'm not drone. We're talking drone to be specific. The
little guy.
toy, not the plane that they've gotten. You know what I mean? That's a drone, but not really.
They sold 80 million of them at Christmas.
Right. So my thought is,
and you couldn't fly it more than 2 minutes without it crashing.
Everybody's behind the curve on that, because the dudes that invented it are pushing it. You know what I mean? Like the civilian market and the military market's like, let me go buy this and adapt it to the military. You get what I'm saying? Versus, dude, let's invent this thing and push this tech forward.
So you look at GoPros. You just search Heroes. The Hero 7, an amazing fucking camera. It's $500. DJI just came out with the Osmo Action. It does everything and more than the Hero 7 does, and it's half the price. So when you search Hero 7 or GoPro, you'll see clones. They're just fucking knockoffs. It's just like a rigid light bar's $1,200, and a Totron light bar's $120. Mm-hmm. Looks the same, kind of works the same. They don't have the durability. Like, you really do get what you pay for with Rigid. We have Rigid on everything here. Same with those cameras. You can get a camera just like it for $60 instead of $500. You're seeing that with the drones right now. When I just went to buy another Mavic 2 Zoom, there was a lot of them popped up that looked just like it, kind of smelled just like it, for $100. Whereas the one we get, is $1,400.
Where do you buy it?
Amazon. But I stay with DJI. I have fucking
The battery.
I have it. Well, you have it's the shit. You're not gonna be a mile away and lose fucking control of this fucking $1,200 bird. For what other dudes are doing, like if I have the best, I know I have the best.
Yeah.
I'm not shopping for something else at that point. But for somebody fucking around with these things, I mean, there's some drones out there for $200 that do pretty amazing shit, especially compared to what we were doing 2 years ago. And I mean, we just switched over to a smart controller. So we used to have a hand controller that we'd put the phone in, and the problem was that it really sucks the battery down on your phone, and I can't plug a battery pack in because it won't fit the fucking cradle. We just got a smart controller. It has a 5.5, 6-inch monitor on it. Fuck, man, my phone would die. I could fly the drone twice, my phone would be dead, right? I can fly the drone 6, 7 times with this smart controller. The smart controller itself will take a 256 gig card. The drone has a 256 gig card.
Oh, shit.
And I can see it. And my phone only goes so bright. This thing, they built it super bright so you can jack the brightness up. So if you're flying in sun, you can still see your shit. And man, you can fly topographical map. You can fly, by the camera. And when the drone takes off, sets the home point. Like, I've had the drone up for 35 minutes the other day just while I was mowing. And the drone battery went low. And it said, drone returning to home, low on battery. And it went do 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 do, and it fucking lowered and fucking landed literally right where I took off from. Like, they're neat, man.
I think that's what's going to end. I think that's what they're going to regulate.
Leaving it up in the air for
No, they're going to regulate and kill people buying them over the internet and just flying them in their yard.
Oh, they're trying to.
So if you figure if Bezos gets his fucking blimps that are dropping drones all over the place, and he's got 100 drones flying into any given city.
Independence Day.
Yeah.
But
Holy shit, Independence Day. You trick it to thinking it's its own thing, and it flies into the spaceship, right?
Yep.
Like, and then kaboom, and then shabam.
But I think you're going to get to a point with drones where the government is going to come down and go, you know what? There's too much bullshit in the air. We need to know where they all are.
They just passed a shit ton
and
of
so that
regulations.
it's just going to it'll probably it'll be like getting a fucking ham license or something stupid like
it's
that. To
FAA far part something. The regulation on it.
Because Bezos ain't going to lose any drones. He ain't going to lose no
He's
drones.
going to lose drones.
Also, when listening to 99-9.2, you guys were talking about Gaddafi, and it reminded me of listening to Chris Peranto talk about Benghazi, and he mentioned that apparently the military that escorted them out of the city had been loyal to Gaddafi prior to everything that went down. Just thought it was an interesting coincidence that I heard the story right before listening to you guys talk about Gaddafi pitching a tent in Trump's parking lot. That's interesting. We had several conversations early this morning at like 5, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. And then through the day, dudes we don't even know walked in here and fucking had a conversation with us about the same shit we talked about earlier in the morning. Just weird. Yeah, it's weird how that works, man. Green Pants. Sorry I didn't have Instagram. Ha! Green Pants. No, Skully, you can't waterboard me.
That's it. It's stuck now.
Skully and John 5-gallon lacquer thinner cans from a body shop work great for fuel. Expands slightly through flexible 2-inch neck. 1 year after last hurricane, gas works great. Was stored for generators and hurricane last couple of years. So the thing with gasoline, the reason the NATO gas cans work, and the Chinese ones work, you just can't fucking carry them around vibrating in the bed of your truck even. Because the way they're welded together, the seam split. The reason the Euro cans work is because they're super, super strong and they're metal. They do not let... If you can smell gas fumes, you are losing the explosive part of the fuel. Yeah. The part you need. It's the volatiles. It's the lightweight volatiles. It's the gas that pisses through plastic and breaks plastic and eats plastic. You need that. In a metal gas can, you can literally see in the bed of the truck when we run fuel cans, we'll have 6 6 of them across the back. So I got 30 gallons just in the bed of the truck, and I can, from a super siphon, from any of those cans, I can fill straight into the bed of into the filler of the truck. When it's cold, those cans are crushed in. When it's hot, those cans are bowed out. Those cans don't break. You never smell any of that fuel. That's why those cans work. That's why you want those, because it doesn't let any of that shit evaporate. The fuel's not going bad. We fill them up all the way. We have as little air in the neck as possible. That shit expands. It contracts. There's nothing to go bad. You're not losing any of that. We run, like I've run fuel since we've been in Tennessee that we moved here over 10 years ago from San Diego. I have fuel right now. We're running
cans that are that old.
Right now. Now I'm not dumping it in my fucking Porsche, but I'll put a fucking can or two in the truck and then mix it with fucking, pump gas when I go to the gas station. But we have no problem putting in any of the small motors, the lawn mowers, the track, none of that shit. We are running fuel right now that's got to be over 12 years old from California.
Yeah.
It's the can. And I didn't stable them. I didn't Pri-G them. I didn't put nothing in them. Now, I saw some guys, after we were talking about it, posted some photos of their gas cans in the bed, and they had run tie downs through here. Let me caution you, that's fine. That's fine right now. The tie down right there, when you fucking accelerate or smack it, it's going to pop that tie down. It's really not holding it in place. Those cans are going to rock out, and they're going to kind of go all over the place. Number 2, the fastest thing, because I carry gas cans on the rack, in the gypsy rack. I carry 5 of them sideways, okay? And I run a tie down across them, and then I run a tie down behind them so it pushes them up. I also take isomat and put it between the gas can and the 1 1/4 inch tubing in the racks, just as a buffer. So I tie them down super tight there across the top and the back. You have to check those every 6 months or so. What kills those tie downs is the sunlight. UV light eats everything, no matter what it is, if it's other than metal.
Yeah.
So the dude who's carrying them in the bed with that tie down, they make bed load stabilizers, and we have a lot of them. I have them for semi trucks. I have them for trucks. And you have a ratchet, so you get it out into the position in the pins, like it has a ball detent, and you push it into place. And then once you're there, it has a cam ratchet. You just stick it out into place, and then you cam it back, and it tensions in, and it'll bow the bed out just a little bit on the inner side of the bed. That's how I carry fuel can. I've carried them for over a decade like that. And we run those trucks fucking hard. We run those trucks off road. We are fucking on the gas. When we run down the highway, we're moving 85 miles an hour in those big trucks. And they're bouncing like shit. I've got 37s on everything. I intentionally bought a fucking leaf sprung front truck, so they're bouncing fucking like crazy.
The Ford.
I have done this fuel thing. Like, I know what I'm talking about with it. Just get you a bed load stabilizer right there. Another thing, too, if you have a toolbox in your truck, which we have on some of the trucks, we'll put gas cans behind so I can carry 4 flat between the cab and that toolbox. We push the toolbox up, and then I use a bed load stabilizer to hold the toolbox in place, at which point I don't even use Razor 4-wheel or something. I don't even use any tie downs at that point to hold those fuel cans in place. But good info on that fucking 5-gallon lacquer thinner shit. We got a couple buddies that have auto body shops. I'm sure we can get access to those. I never eat vegetables except for when I'm at the parents' house. I built Mom an above ground garden box, and she grows everything. Homegrown, fresh vegetables are amazing. John, have you ever thought, is this you?
Sergeant Colonel Major?
Is that you?
No.
Because you just said this like the other day. You said the same thing. Homegrown fresh vegetables are amazing. John, have you ever thought of an above ground garden box? You can grow lots of different vegetables close together, so it would be less work for you and wouldn't take much space. Okay, let me tell you. I'm a crazy survivalist, and like we just had this conversation last night, didn't we?
We had this conversation at the beginning of this podcast, but yeah. Oh, outside, yeah.
So when I moved here because of a book called Lights Out. David Crawford is a friend of the family now, wrote that book. I'm actually quoted on the back of that book, Lights Out. It's about the power goes out, and people in this community, there's one way in and one way out. It's the same way in and out of the neighborhood. It's a big kind of rich folks estate. Couple acres for every house, if not more, lakes inside the neighborhood, and they just start kind of farming and growing shit. That's where I lived, like literally, when we looked at that house, I'm like, this is lights out. Like, that's this place. We had 40 houses in there. Probably 20 of them were vacation homes that were empty. We could easily put another 120 people in and control the neighborhood if it ever came down to that. We had the high ground. We had 2 huge major private water sources. Cool place. Anyways, I had a fucking ton of hay bale gardens and raised bed gardens. We grew a fucking lot of, like, we grew so much shit we were just throwing it over the fence in the forest at some points. But yeah, we did that. We are about to do some raised bed shit here. We're about to pop off some hay bale stuff. Spearco just did a show last week. Find it on the Survival Podcast. You can grow in hay bales. And it's not the hay bales that you're growing in. The hay bales are actually rotting, and it's the biologics and the breakdown, the compost that you're using as nutrients the plants are uptaking. There's a chemical like we used to use in fish ponds for popping off the bacteria in the pond. And it's just a bottle, and you pour it over. You can also use piss. Piss will do a similar thing. You can pee on your hay bales. You want to save up your piss and get a half gallon, or everybody in your household get their piss and pour it over the hay bale. It'll cause the same reaction. And you can grow an amazing amount of shit. Like, you will grow in there. And the thing about these hay bales is when you pop them off, there's no weeds in them. You're not weeding. You're not pulling. You are literally just fucking growing plants. And in those hay bales, there's no rust, like tomato blight. There's none of that. None of that shit's in there. So, like, when we grow tomatoes, we grew tomatoes in whiskey barrels here and had amazing tomatoes. Like, we had so many we'd go out there and literally pull a 5-gallon bucket off of fucking 2 cherry tomato plants every couple days. Like, we fucking could not eat enough of them. And they tasted like fruit. They weren't like tomatoes. And then a couple years later, because the tomato rust or blight, whatever it is, that they shrivel up. Like, you'll have tomatoes and all of a sudden the tomato will just fucking explode open and it's a bacteria on there. It's in the soil. You don't have that on the hay bales. Like, that doesn't happen. You can grow, if you're having problems growing tomato plants right now, wherever you're growing them, put them in the hay bales, you will not have a problem. You can grow in those hay bales for up to 2 years. After that, they have just become a fucking mound of rich black potting soil. So there. You guys talking about watermelons is killing me since I have diabetes. More than 1/3 of Americans are pre-diabetic, with another 10%. You know what pre-diabetic is? That means we know you're eating such like shit that if you continue down the path you're on, you're going to be fucking taking insulin. That's what pre-diabetes is for the most part. More than 1/3 of Americans are pre-diabetic, with another 10% of the population already diagnosed with diabetes. 1 in 4 people with diabetes are undiagnosed. Do you think I have diabetes? Would I know it?
No. Oh, yeah, you'd know it. You don't have diabetes.
They would know it because of all the blood tests and shit I get, right?
Yeah,
it would show.
It would show in your blood test.
Or would they be like, we don't need to tell him. He didn't ask for a diabetes test.
No, man. You're talking about doctors?
Oh,
you know how many pills? You know how many pills they will sell you? They love that diabetes train.
What's that? What's a statin? Name some statins.
Anything that's for blood thinning. Anything.
Real popular one.
I can't think of the name of the ones I take.
You're gonna take statins?
Yeah.
They actually wanted to put
for blood pressure.
They wanted to put They wanted to put statins, and they wanted to. There was actually talk about putting Abilify, the #1 prescribed drug in the United States right now. It's an antipsychotic. Look it up. Don't take anything we told you here. If you have any interest in it, look it up. They want to put that. They wanted to dose the California water supply, just like they do with fluoride. Like that actually was that was on the fucking plans.
I get the antipsychotic. If they're putting it in California water, I get the antipsychotic. The statin, I don't. The problem is what most people don't know is there is so much shit in your water already.
Yeah.
Because of people flushing medicine down the toilet and just your piss.
I believe it.
They can't. When they are filtering and chlorinating that water. So when your municipality is going back through that water, they're not filtering out any of that shit. So you're getting, which may be good. You're getting antibiotics. You're getting so and so's fucking.
Well, that's probably why you see strains of
pregnancy
diseases.
pills. You're getting all that fucking shit.
At least I'm not getting pregnant.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about getting pregnant.
We'll have you pregnant. Don't worry.
It's the only joke that's really stayed consistent in the last 3 days.
What?
A male being pregnant.
That's not a joke. They had a dude.
No, I'm saying
like 2 years ago carry a baby full term, C-sectioned it out. I don't even know how you would do that.
The same. They
Okay, so,
C-sectioned
hey,
it in,
while
and
we're
then
on
they
the section-
C-sectioned it out.
While we're on the topic of water, all you guys, because I pretty consistently see dudes, when I'm out, I water the blueberries every Friday on live feed, Amanda, and I go out there, and everybody, and even today, the common question is, are you on well water? We are not on well water here, we're on city water. The water treatment plant is right over there. Now, when I say it's right over there, I mean it's literally
Right over there.
right
Drove
over
by
there.
this morning.
Yeah.
I was like, "Holy shit! It's literally right there."
Yeah, you know, you would never know it.
No, no, no. It was like a little rinkety sign.
So, for all you guys like, I'm on well water, I don't need a Berkey filter, or I'm on well water. Tell them about, as a man who lives on well water.
You always need fucking. I don't know why you would say I'm on well water. I don't need a Berkey filter. You have poop in your Berkey filter, or you have poop in your well water. Just go ahead and get it. Go ahead and get a sample of it. Go to your local municipality and let them test it.
You can do it right off the internet. You can mail it in even.
You can go get it tested. You have E. coli in your fucking well water. It's just a fact. There's E. coli in your well water that you were drinking. There are ways that you can chemically treat that.
What's the solution?
Chlorine tab.
Bro.
So 1 gallon of, I mean, I don't know your particular area, but here it's a gallon of bleach and then 1 chlorine tab.
Clorox bleach.
Clorox bleach. You just put a gallon of bleach in there, and then a fucking chlorine tab, and then you have to run the water in the house until you don't smell bleach anymore. And then re-get your water tested, and guess what? The E. coli will all be gone. But you got to do that about once a year. You have E. coli. You have shit in your water table.
So
it seeps in from all the
it's just
animals
from everywhere.
around.
no, I'm not. That's not my question. My question is, I poured a gallon of bleach and a chlorine tab into the water, and I just now ran my water for.
I think we ran it for like 3 hours, man. It takes a long time to
For
get
the
that
smell to
out.
go away.
Yeah,
So that's what you're
Where's
looking
all the
for.
bleach? I guess I'm not understanding.
The bleach killed all the bacteria that was alive.
Bleach kills the
So
bacteria.
the well is a body of water.
Yes.
Okay, so you're chlorinating the entire big body of water.
Yeah, you're chlorinating whatever your
How
well's
much,
tapped into.
on average, how big is this body of water?
I have no idea. You'd have to talk to a well person.
Depends. Like most wells, you've gone into the water table right there.
Oh, so it's
pressure is pushing it up into your area. You could also do a cistern. We're going to do above ground tanks here. And then we'll probably eventually do some cisterns. The next real thing here is storm shelters.
Yeah, you're talking about that.
Yep. Storm shelters. And then the greenhouse.
So get your water tested.
Get your water tested for sure. I had something
Maybe
else
clean. Maybe have poop in it. You never know.
Poop.
All the poop.
Or you could just be holding the kitten and not realize that it's shit on the ground, and all 3 cats have rolled all over the shit.
Rolled all over in the poop. Now you got poop all over your hands.
Shitty. Then it's in your well. Boom.
Boom.
All right. Thanks, guys. 6:46.
There we go.
And we're done. Cut.
How long
Cut.
is it?
I don't know.
An hour?
Over an hour.
Yeah, it feels like
Hour
way
and
more than
15
an hour.
minutes?
Pierre
20.
Pierre had to stand in one place
Is
for
it
5
today
minutes.
Wednesday?
Today is Wednesday.
We should go crash Jaegers.
Lifey?
Yeah.